Today's reading is from John chapter 5. And in John chapter 5, there is the story of a man who had been paralyzed for 38 years. And Jesus is having a conversation with him at what's called the Pool of Bethesda. Now, what happens at the Pool of Bethesda is that many who were sick or paralyzed or whatever it may be were hanging around this pool, and when the waters would get stirred up by the wind, they thought it was a spirit stirring the waters, and the first one in would be healed. And so Jesus meets this paralyzed man at the Pool of Bethesda, and he asks him this question: would you like to get well? Well, the man replied, yes, but he says, I can't. The sick man said, for I have no one to put me into the pool when the water bubbles up. Someone else always gets in there ahead of me. And Jesus responded by saying, stand up, pick up your mat, and walk. Now, this was an amazing miracle, but the significant thing about this was that it was done on what's called the Sabbath day. And according to religious law, there was, definitely not supposed to be any healing that was done on the Sabbath. The Sabbath was a rest day. Now, there were many things that the religious leaders did not like about Jesus, but they especially didn't like that he was doing this on the Sabbath day. And so they were already looking for ways to catch Jesus, to trap him, to catch him, and eventually fulfill their plans in sending him to the cross. And so this pride in their heart was stirring in them already. And so that leads us down to verse 16 in John chapter 5. It says, so the Jewish leaders began harassing Jesus for breaking the Sabbath rules. But Jesus replied this way, my Father is always working, and so am I. So the Jewish leaders tried all the harder to find a way to kill him. For he not only broke the Sabbath, but he called God his Father, thereby making himself equal with God. And so as we read the scriptures, it's important that we know that Jesus claimed to be the Son of God, and he claimed to make himself equal with God. And so that begs a question in our lives for you and I that we have to be able to answer. Either we think Jesus was completely crazy, a lunatic who claimed to be equal with God, or either he was who he said he was. And if he was who he said he was, and if we believe that Jesus was who he said he was, that changes everything for our lives. That means the Word of God is true through and through. It means that His Word is alive and active, and that He is faithful in our lives. And it means that He is who He said He is. And it means this statement is true that we just read, that His Father is always working, and so is Jesus. And so at the times in our lives where it's easy to question, is God at work in my life, and I can't really make sense of what is happening, we hold tightly to His Word, which is true. Jesus said, my Father is always working, and so am I. And that means in your life today, whatever you're facing, God is working, and He's working it all together for the good of those who love Him. God bless.